My name is BJ Kratz. I'm the Southeast District Fisheries Supervisor. In the Southeast District last winter, we did suffer a fair amount of winter kill. We had 28 lakes where we documented some form of winter kill. 16 of those were game changers as far as the fish population goes. The good news is we were able to get those lakes restocked with whatever respective species took the hit the hardest. A lot of those were perch lakes. We didn't lose many walleye lakes. We lost a few walleye lakes, but none that were real, popular and so forth. We've got about 3 to 5 inches of good clear ice on our district lakes for the most part right now. Water levels are, down 18 to 24 inches below the high water mark, so we have ample water. A little snow would be nice, but later in the year, not now. The walleye fisheries in the Southeast are in good shape. We've got a lot of different opportunities out there. I kind of always tell folks we've had 25 lakes this year that exceeded 10 per net night, and that's just kind of a gill net standard that we use when we're sampling that tells us it's a pretty good walleye population. Various sizes. We had good natural reproduction this year in a lot of our district lakes, which doesn't happen all that often. Our hatchery was able to meet the requests that we had for our stocking this year, so some of the winter kill lakes that we had a winter kill in and other lakes got all the fish that we originally requested, so things are looking good. Northern pike in general are stable. When you have, as I've mentioned before, when you have runoff, you have pretty good natural reproduction. That's kind of what we go for now. We don't stock them as much as we used to, but we've got some good pike opportunities out there in the landscape. Twin Lake down by Lemoore is traditionally a great lake. They reproduce consistently in that system. A few district lakes, Bernston Slough, Flood Lake South is a good one. Oriole Lake down by Gackle, maybe Arnie's down by Gackle, the city of Gackle. So they're all over the district. We have a lot of perch fishing opportunities out there. Unfortunately, opportunities where you're guaranteed to go out and catch 12 to 14 inch perch, they don't present themselves that often, but they are out there. We see that in our surveys quite frequently. Just because you have an abundance of perch doesn't mean that there isn't big ones out there with them. The Brooks Complex south of Cleveland has always been traditionally a good place to perch fish. It's got a hefty population of fish. They're up to 14 inches in size. North Eccleston's another one. It's a consistent producer. Fish 12, 13 inches, pretty common out there. You just got to work for them. Crappies have been pretty popular in Jamestown country, particularly Jamestown Reservoir. We did have a creel survey out there last winter. Some of the folks that have fished it probably got creeled, hopefully. About 30,000 fish were harvested, crappies. 11-inch average, so there wasn't a lot of fish taken out, but the good news is based on our crappie assessment netting and so forth, the population is still in really good shape, and there's a lot of we've got pretty good recruitment now, and so those fish are being replaced as they're being taken out. Things should be just as good, I look for it this winter as last winter with better access. There's other opportunities out there in the landscape. Bass are typically a little tough to catch through the ice, but it's doable. One little tip is if you do happen to catch a bass, whether it be on Lake Ashtabula or Spiritwood, they tend to school up pretty heavily, and it's usually in deeper water, and you can actually catch a few. Trout is another species that we do have in some of our community ponds and those types of fisheries, and those can bite pretty well in the wintertime. They tend to be more aggressive when you have cooler water and you want to focus on a little shallower water for them. And of course we have bluegill. Lake Ashtabula might be a good place to check this winter. We've had some pretty good reports of summer fishing out there in 2023, and we've also, based on our sampling, things have looked pretty good too. So I would encourage anglers to look at our website, type in your favorite lake, check just to make sure and confirm that we didn't have any winter kill in 2023, so you know what you're dealing with when you go out there. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunity out there in the landscape. No snow, all fish.